knows where the damage is. On this passenger side now, passenger side.
She's here, but
President Johnson knocked out the sensor for the tire. But do you remember?
She's going on Indian time.
Yeah, he went boom, 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 right down the side of me. Damaged every panel all the way down the side. So they got to replace the panels on both doors and the front, and then they're going to bang out the back.
Where's that at?
Mile 203, almost military now. And then the darn thing got up in the road and ran right into another lady and took out her headlight in the front panel of her truck.
Wow, I heard this.
That's good.
Oh my God.
I know.
Hi, how are you?
All right, I'm about ready to get started here. Can everybody hear me?
No.
Oh, Tim can't hear me. You should go to the back. Maybe longer distance hearing. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Frank Cloutier. I've been bestowed the honor of serving our tribal council and our community as the public relations director, and I take that very seriously. So to the council, Chimigwech. Items, housekeeping items, if you will, before we get started. I've got some staff here I'd like to introduce to you folks today, and I don't know if we get a greater understanding of how difficult this process can be and how heartfelt it can be, because we don't always have the opportunity to fund everything. So I'm going to start with some introductions, and then we're going to open as usual with prayer, and the chief has a couple of things to say as far as hello and stuff, and then we'll go on from there. But I'm very, very proud of the fact that we're here today. We're able to work together as a community, shoulder to shoulder, and walk in step at making Mid-Michigan that place to be. So Chimigwech to you guys for being a part of that. We've talked time and time again about possibly looking at doing some master planning with 2% and seeing where we can collaborate together and make sure that every dollar goes as far as it can. And I'll be working with Sylvia Murphy in our grants department and the administrative department to see if we can't get to that reality. We mentioned that a couple of years ago. We just haven't had the people and the tools in place to do that, but I think it's time. I think we're there. So, and another thing, and I mean this heartfelt and funny, but no show, no dough. Council feels very strongly that if we're going to put the work into considering what you folks are asking for, if they're going to sit there and give up their time and their staff's time, they really think it important that your entity or your grouping or your government agency be represented at these distributions. We haven't always used these as press releases or press conferences. They're distributions, and these are invitations. So we take that kind of seriously. So please keep that in mind. Do everything you can. But I like that. Somebody once said, "Wampum for your wigwam." I like that statement too. But I want to start by addressing by introducing some folks today. And with us is our tribal chief, Steve Pego, and our sub-chief, Lorna Kapigat-Paul. Our tribal treasurer, Shelly Bailey, and I apologize in the press release, I used her former name, but it is Shelly Bailey. Tribal Council Secretary, Sandy Sprague. Council Member Tim Davis. Our chaplain, Jennifer Wasajigizik. Our at-large council representative, Michelle Stanley. Council Member Lindy Hunt. One of our longest serving members on tribal council, Mr. Delmer Jackson. He knows all the secrets, that guy. Council Member Julius Peters. And we do have some council members that are not with us today. They are otherwise engaged or fulfilling other responsibilities, so they wanted me to extend a heartfelt thank you for showing up, and they apologize for not being here. Doing all of the work to make sure that the checks are right, and the names are correct, and all the spelling is done. We've got our comp controller, Jacqueline Rieger, with us today. Public Relations Assistant, Eric Rodriguez. And of course, our Department Manager, Marcella Haddon. To you folks, thank you very much. You guys do the work that makes it easy up here, so we appreciate that. We've got a couple of people here from our Leads Department. These are people that are engaged with our children. And it's learning through education, discipline, and it's a wonderful program. And we've got the director, Jennifer Crawford, and Doug Smith, our education managers. These folks are integral. Along with Lucy, I didn't see you back there. These folks are integral in putting together the considerations for council to make those decisions. They make recommendations based on what they see of the kids in the school and based on what they know to be fact. So it's kind of important that we give them props for doing what they can to make it a little easier for council to go through a very arduous decision. The Public Relations Department, we just sit up here and make it happen as far as, you know, handing it out that day. There's a lot of work that goes through this, and the council does the lion's share of it, but there's a huge staff behind them that really work to make this work best for everybody. So with that said, I'm going to put this sheet behind me here. When you come up, please don't take my pen or my papers. And if I can get you all to stand, I'm going to have our chaplain come up and lead us in prayer.
Good morning. Could everybody please bow your heads? Thank you, Father God, for this wonderful and blessed day that you have given to us, Lord. We thank you for this opportunity for our tribe to give to our community, Lord. We're thankful and we're grateful for the blessings and the blessings to come. Lord, be with each and every one as they go about their way today. We give you the praise, honor, and glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Neglect, John. Okay. And as I explained before, our tribal chief is here with us today. He wants an opportunity to shake your hands before you sign for your checks, but in the meantime, I'm going to ask him up here so he can give you some words of welcome. Chief?
Which friend? Bonjour. Cheers, Nabe, Disnakas, Shkanorum, Jubin Shnabi, and Isomodeo. We always introduce ourselves. We always, you know, our clan and our we call it a spiritual name. And it's an Indian name, China Shnabe. But I just wanted to welcome everybody, and I seen Sharon arriving late. She's been, you know, but she's been hanging out with us. She's going by Indian time. But I love Sharon. She used to go with my mom. My mom's living. She would meet every 2 weeks. They'd have go and eat somewhere. So I really appreciated Sharon. My mom always looked forward to that. I gotta go see Sharon. So when she was, so I really appreciate Sharon for that. Also, I just wanted to say a few words too about the 2%. You know, we a long time ago, you know, we used to have giveaways, and meaning that a lot of people that had everything, you know, sometimes, I mean, their crops and their food and everything, and they were thankful for the Creator that they had all this, and so they would give some away to show the Creator that they're appreciative. So I know that they do that in the churches. They give their 10% of the things to the churches, and we've been doing that too. But we call it a giveaway, and so that's just what this reminds me of, 2%. That we do have our casino that's bringing money, and we had to share it, you know, and this 2%, and that's our giveaway, you know, to thank the Creator for the things that we have, and to share that with our community, and it's we're like we're all together here. It's a unity in Mount Pleasant with everybody that's here. Is we're I don't know, I just feel like we're one big family, you know. And I see everybody that comes in all the time, and we're family. We have to take care of each other in in our community and to support each other. So I just want to say miigwech to each and one of you. You know, we love you in the tribe here, and we just want to keep that unity with a good heart way. So just miigwech.
Thank you. Folks, I have some detail sheets that identify exactly what every penny went for. You got that one? All right. Make sure TV5 gets that so we get all the information we can. So, as you come up and sign for your giveaway today, as the chief appropriately puts it, make sure you take one of those detail sheets so everyone's very clear as to what exactly was funded. And as we've said many times before, council wishes they could fund everything. It's just simply not possible. With the economy the way it is, we're doing what we can. But I'm very, very proud of the fact to say that today, as of probably 3:30 this afternoon, when we get done with the Saganing 2%, your tribal community will have shared $227,568,506.24 since the spring of 1994. There are no greater impacts. Folks, that's over $250 million. And most of that money has stayed right here in Isabella County. So consider yourselves absolutely blessed when it comes to that, because those are some impressive figures. Just kind of wanted to run down the breakdown for you. There were 32 government requests this year, totaling $4.4 million. In Isabella County, there were 290 requests. Those were education requests, and that was a $3.9 million total. So all total, we had $8.4 million in requests. And as you folks know, with our 2% distribution, we have a little over 2.1 to give. So it's not an easy job for these folks to sit there and decide who gets what. But they do the best they can, and we applaud them for that. So let's give the Tribal Council a big round of applause. So I like to pride myself in getting out of here in less than an hour, so let's give some money away. George Green, I'd like you to come on up. Isabella County is getting $304,580.94 today.
Thank you, Frank. Well, here we are again, and I love the chief's statement that he treats us like family, because if you really look at Isabella County, it is a family. It's a family of a lot of different traditions, a lot of different things going on in here, and that makes us a group that really lives and works and plays together. And I applaud you, Chief, for that. I want to thank you very much for the money that we're going to have for this. I didn't want one of those sheets to actually look it over what each individual portion is. And I'm going to have Margaret McAvoy here, our Administrator Controller, and also our Commission on Aging person here. And she is looking very good. And Brenda, did you want to say anything, or Margaret? Sure. Taking up a couple minutes of your time, Frank.
No, I'll
keep it short.
we'll pick on Mike when it comes to his time.
Thank you. I represent the Commission on Aging. I've been fortunate to do that for over 26 years now. And in that period of time, the tribe has given us over $7 million in the last 18, 19 years. That funding goes to every one of our programs. It touches the lives of thousands and thousands of older adults in the county. An example, we use volunteers a great deal. We have over 550 registered volunteers through our organization. And those volunteers last year drove over 160,000 miles for us. And we use some of the funding from the tribe to reimburse those volunteers. 50 cents a mile for what they do for us. They deliver meals, they take people to medical appointments. So the money is very important, and we spread this around through the county and help a lot of people with it. So we're very grateful to the tribe and what you have given to us over the years. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the entire county, thank you very much for the wonderful gift that the Tribal Council is giving back to their community today. We appreciate that. We pledge to you that we take that very seriously. We're honored to receive it on behalf of the residents of Isabella County, and we promise that we are good stewards of those wonderful donations. So thank you very much for supporting what we're trying to do for our community. We appreciate it, and it's an honor to work with you.
Thank you very much. We've got some of the things that are being funded through the city today are the Bay Area Narcotics Enforcement Team, Youth and Community Services Unit, the PEAK program. PEAK program is wonderful. That's that latchkey program that takes care of the kids after school and before they get home, before mom and dad get home from work. So that's a huge benefit in the community. Just a couple of the things, and we have Mayor Sharon Tillman and Nancy Ridley, who are up here today and are receiving $435,000.
I just wanted to say to the chief, according to my clock, I was right on time. But because you're the chief, I will say I'm sorry because I was late. I have to be honest, I racked my brain this morning to try to think of a new or different way to tell you thank you. The first time that I was up here was in 1998. And since that time, the city has had, obviously, numerous times to come forward and thank you for your outstanding and unbelievable generosity. The programs that have been funded, the projects that have been funded, we could not have done without the support of the tribe and the partnership. But I know the first time that I came up here, because even though I'm getting older, I do have a pretty good memory. I remember that I said then that for me, the thing that's important, yes, the money is important, but is the symbol and the enactment of community and working together. To me, that's what's important. And I think the first person that taught me how well we could work together and what kind of form as a family was the chief's mother, Grace. She was a lady of grace, and she was aptly named, and I miss her dearly. But I grew up in Isabella County, and she taught me, and I think as it's evolved, how the two cultures, if you will, and the two nations here can work as one to provide an outstanding environment for our citizens. As I said, that kind of thing wasn't here 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago. And I really did not know much about the Indian culture. And I had the opportunity to meet with Grace. We clicked. We had a great time together. We met for lunch. I kept my mouth shut about the things that she wasn't supposed to eat, that she ate. We had coffee, and we found out afterwards, a long time, that neither one of us really cared that much for coffee, but we had coffee because it was kind of a thing that we did together, and those opportunities furthered our friendship. And I think the depth of that friendship certainly showed me that the two cultures could come together and we could laugh. And I'm just going to share with you one that really still makes me laugh. I was at the Pego home, and I was there to do some work. And while I was there, all these family members kept coming. And pretty soon, there was me. And the Pego family is a pretty big family. And the house was full. And when I got ready to leave, Steve's father said to me, I said, well, I'm going. And then he said, well, looked at me and he said, well, now you know how Custer felt. And I said, well, you guys didn't give Custer pizza and ice cream. But that was the kind of relationship that we developed, where we could have fun and, I guess further that depth of affection. And this is an example, I think, even though it's monetary, that how we can treat each other, learn about each other, and continue that culture, that dual culture of respect and affection for each other. And like I said, she taught me first. So I said, there's not a lot of new ways you can say thank you. But I thought maybe sharing that personal experience would tell you the depth of my affection for the tribe and the tribal members, and certainly for what you contribute to the overall Isabella County community. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Mayor Tillman. Isabella Gratiot, RESD, Special Education for Program, is getting $14,344.06. So Dr. Jan Amsterburg, come on up.
Frank, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
I don't know how it is. I always get to follow such great speakers, and she made the comment, "It's a new way to say thank you." I think that was pretty good. So, Chief and Council, again, on behalf of the RESD, thank you for your generosity once again. As Thanksgiving approaches, like the Chief said, I think it's appropriate that we gather together and give thanks for each other and also for the resources that are being spread so positively throughout our area. And, at the RESD, these funds go directly to special education students and also our Forest Hill Nature area. And last fall, we had over 1,100 students visit that area from all the area schools. So a lot of wonderful benefits from the contribution. So again, miigwech.
Robert Smith, Chippewa Township, you're getting $55,489. Come on up. Cold enough for you?
Yep. Yep. It certainly is. Winter's here early, or something. But, on behalf of Chippewa Township, I'd like to thank the council and all the people that work behind the scenes. There's an awful hard decision to make where all this goes. The only good thing about it is it goes to all of our neighbors. It helps out a lot of people, all areas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Deerfield Township, $195,302.37. And Walt Nelson. How many years you been coming up for this?
I don't see. I've only missed one since 1990.
I was going to say, you've been here longer than the wallpaper.
Thank you. Your wallpaper looks nice. Well, here I am again trying to find adequate words to express our gratitude for the 2% distribution. This year is no exception. We added an addition on our fire barn this year, and plus a much needed office space, and we chip sealed 6.5 mile roads. So we spent a lot of money this year on things that were really badly needed. It kind of wreaked havoc on our fund balance and left us wondering what we were going to do for road money next year. A huge part of that question was answered today. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
I tell you, Walt said a mouthful. Here in Michigan, we've got a real issue with funding for roads and a real issue with our roads and our infrastructure. So anything we can do to alleviate that problem is a godsend. That's for sure. Denver Township, $170,000. John, come on up.
On behalf of Denver Township, I would like to thank the tribe for this assistance. We don't always put in for 2%, and we take it very seriously when we do submit for 2%. We only do it when we really feel we have an issue that needs help that we can address. And this last fall, or the spring, when the flood came through, we had a roadway that was washed out, and to repair that roadway was going to cost $240,000 to fix it. And we have people that are almost landlocked in that area, and it's more money than we can afford to try and help them with. And without the tribe's assistance, we wouldn't be able to get that road open back up for them this winter, so that when spring comes, they're going to actually be able to get through that area. So again, I want to thank the tribe for this. It's going to help us get to that goal. Half of it is there, and then between the rest of us, we think we're going to be able to come up with the rest of that and get that done this year. So again, thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember that. That was something else. Isabella Township, $50,000, and we have Rick Irvin. Oh, you're not Rick. Come on up and introduce yourself. We always have one that changes the plan.
It usually seems to be Rick.
That's fine.
Hi, I'm Kara Lynch. I'm from Isabella Township. Rick was not able to make it this morning, so I am here instead. We thank you greatly for the money. Just as John said, all of us have been hit with storm damage and flooding, and fixing roads is not cheap. So we are very appreciative of the money, and we thank you.
On behalf of Nottawa Township, George Green's going to come up, and he's going to pick up their check for $50,000.
This might look like I'm double dipping, but that's not the case. I think they took Frank seriously when he says no show, no dough, so I'm here to collect for him. As the supervisors and the folks that have been talking about townships and roads, that's where this money will most likely go. It's a major concern. Back when Russ Allwood and I got on the board in somewhere around 1996 or 7, you could do a road, a mile of road, not Class A, for around $20,000–$25,000. Today it's $180,000 to $200,000, so it takes townships time to save the money up to do that. And it can be a long time, because the townships that are inside the tribal reservation are awful lucky, because they do receive help. But thank you very much, and for the Nottawa Township Board, they really appreciate this. Thanks, Frank.
I was watching, make sure you took your own paper there, George. Wise Township, you're getting $51,950. Doris Methner, where are you? I saw you come in. Come on up, dear. Doris is also one of our associates, and we truly appreciate the work her and her staff do. It's amazing what she does and what she keeps doing. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you for keeping me around. Here, Frank, I don't need this.
You don't need that? Okay.
Oh, no. Just ask any of them at the casino.
Loud and proud.
Well, I'll tell you, they can hear me without any microphone. I'd like to thank you for this money. I'm working with a brand new township board. They've been there for 2 years now. And one of the girls has come up with an idea that we are going to try and turn our township hall into a emergency center. Cooling in the summer and warming in the winter. So we want to add on to it, add some storage space, and this money will help out on that, as well as it's always put towards the fire, which protects everyone in our township. So thank you very much.
That actually sounds like a real exciting plan. All right. We're going to get to the schools, and I've got something I want to bring to folks' attention because I thought was real awesome. Beale City Public Schools had a playground that was about 35 years old. I mean, the ducks wouldn't dump and the merry-go-round wouldn't go round. Well, it'd go round, but kids would slide off because it'd be uneven. So this year, after a lot of consideration and some really strong worded letters of support that were filled with passion, Council's given them $82,498 for that playground alone. So those kids are going to have a brand new playground facility. But in total, Beale City Public Schools is getting $106,255.98. And it's because of the strong, proud support of the citizens and the parents of the students who go there. So with that said, William Tillman, you want to come on up?
I'm William Chilman, the superintendent of Beale City Public Schools. Thank you very, very much. We actually did not submit this grant in our first cycle because we take all of our grants that come in and we go to the Board of Education because we do want to be good stewards of this gift that we get. We are very conscious about what we put in, and we felt at first that this might be too large of a grant. But with our parents and their support, our Native American students and their support, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Jason Wolf. He's our elementary school principal who put this project together. But before I do, thank you very, very much from the citizens of Beale City Public Schools. Jason?
Thank you. First of all, on behalf of all the kids at Beale City Elementary, we thank you. When I come back this afternoon, they're going to be really excited. This wasn't going to be possible without a lot of support from parents and some of the tribal members who have encouraged us to put in for this grant. It was we didn't believe it was it was too lofty of a goal for us, we thought. But with their support and their encouragement, we went forward with this. And some of the equipment that will be replaced is not 35 years old. Some of it we believe is over 50 years old that will be replaced. And this is
like you probably played on.
This is going to be a big improvement and something that not only kids now at Beale City Elementary that are going to be able to use and enjoy, but it'll be something that will be there for generations to come. So thank you very much.
Shirley Howard, Chippewa Hills Public Schools, come on up. They're getting $27,106 today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to say these funds are going to improve technology at Wademan Elementary with new computers and printers. And I have to tell you about our printers because we had to upgrade our operating system. Because we had XP and that's no longer supported because we had it so long. So this summer they updated, but unfortunately our printers are not very new and so they don't support totally the new program. So what happens is you start to print and all of a sudden you may be printing 5 pages and the first page looks perfect. The second page you get a blank page except at the top it says unsupported personality. The first time I got unsupported personality, I thought, now what is that? So what you have to do is you have to get up and you have to unplug your printer and then you plug it back in and then it works again for a little while. So I will tell you the teachers and students at Wademan Elementary will be very grateful for the upgrades to our technology. Thank you so much.
Unsupported personality sounds like a pretty weak wingman. Mike Pung, come on up. Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Mount Pleasant Public Schools getting $480,000 today with a little bit of change. So, Mike?
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Thank you to the Tribal Council. Chief, I can assure you that this money will be used wisely, probably most of it for technology upgrades and for ancillary things in our classroom that we could otherwise not afford. It allows us to take our students to a new level of education and keep with cutting-edge technology in our classrooms. So, as always, many thanks to the tribe and really appreciate it on behalf of the board and the parents and the students. Thank you.
Shepherd Public Schools today is receiving $191,149. And Claire Bunker is here. Claire, you want to come up and say a couple of things?
Where are you there? Good morning. This morning I'm honored to accept the generous gift on behalf of Shepherd Public Schools. Usually I stand up here for about 30 seconds, mostly because I'm no Frank. As much as my job requires me to do public speaking, it is not my forte. Hats off to Frank and others that come up here and can do it easily. I always stand here and think, everybody's staring at me. Well, duh, I'm standing in front of you, that's why you're staring at me. But today, I gave some thought to what I wanted to say, because today, Tribal Council, part of a previous disbursement, is doing something wonderful at Shepherd Public Schools. So I'd like to take the time to tell the Tribal Council and the audience about that, how many of these disbursements not affect the entire community. In the spring of 2014, one of my wonderful middle school counselors, Julie Wright, wrote a 2% grant and received it. Today, through the grant, Shepherd Public Schools is bringing Dave Obolewski, the president of Grief and Recovery Network. Dave will be talking to students in the community about a very difficult and extremely important topic, suicide and suicide prevention. Suicide is the third leading cause of death between college and youth aid students, 12 through 18. Unintentional death, accidents, and homicide are the first and second. Suicide is extremely close to homicide, both of which are totally preventable. More teenagers and young adults die from suicide than from cancer, heart disease, age, birth defects, stroke, pneumonia, influenza, and chronic lung disease combined. Each day in our nation, there is an average of over 5,400 attempts by young people in grades 7 through 12. Kids that age, that's my turf. That's what I've spent my entire life dedicated to. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide give clear warning signs. And that's why we're bringing Dave in, to help our staff and students and community recognize those warning signs. I wish we didn't need to write this grant. I wish Tribal Council didn't have to fund it. But maybe we will never know the impact of what the speaker is saying today. But if it makes a difference for one child and saves one family from going through this tragic heartache, then it's worth it. Dave will be doing presentations to our 6-12 students throughout the day. We've broken them up so it can be appropriate per age group. He will speak to our staff after school. I only get to call 3 superintendent called meetings a year. And Julie called me, and she knows that I hold those pretty dear for academic reasons. And she said, Claire, can I have one of them? And I said, absolutely, Julie, you can. Tonight from 7 to 8:15, Dave will be presenting to the community in the high school auditorium. Again, because of this grant, it is free of charge to anyone. And our high school auditorium holds 600 people, so we hope that people are going to come and hear Dave's message tonight. But again, thank you to Tribal Council for this and all 2% grants, because they truly make a difference for our students and our entire community. Thanks.
I think you're doing just fine. Lisa Bergman from the Renaissance Public School Academy, $6,833.09. Did anybody see her this morning? Uh-oh. Looks like I just got me a bonus. All right. All right, last but not least, Gratiot RESD in representing the Forest Hill Nature Center. Jan, if I could have you come back up, that's another $1,757 today.
Thank you very much, Frank, and how appropriate on the last one, and the person before didn't show. Frank, I will be happily. Anyways, Miigwech once again to the chief and to the tribe. This money is specifically earmarked for something that I've wanted to do for a while, and that is Native American children literature. We're established a reading center right at the Forest Hill Nature area. Like I said, we've got a lot of kids that come through there, and I think it'll be a great way to get them some exposure to some wonderful stories. So again, thank you.
Okay, with 15 minutes to spare in our hour, that concludes the fall 2014 distribution of 2% funds. We say Miigwech to you. Pray that you have a blessed holiday season and safe travels, folks. Is your name bugging you?